Welcome to John Michael's Rock Box. Very excited today as I am with all the guests that I get to have on today, and I'm very honored because today, being the date that we're recording this show on April 28th of 2022, is National Superheroes Day, and we talked about the superheroes on the radio show today. But today, it is a true to life superhero, John Larocchia, who was a comedian for many years, 32 years, 21 of those years. John was a member of the fire department in New York City and retired in July of 2008. John, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. You made it sound like I was a comedian. I still am a comedian, even though the comics that I work with say what I'm doing is not comedy.
No.
But I still get on stage. Let's say that. I still get up there.
You still get up there, man, because that's something. Because I growing up when I was still in school, they had programs that you can go out and kind of get a taste of a job that you wanted to do. And I worked for the fire department, and so I was their intern kind of a deal, because I was way too young to do anything. I definitely couldn't drive yet.
Right.
So I was the grunt guy. So they loved the fact that I was there because I cleaned everything.
They have a lot of the volunteer departments have junior departments where they give the kids a taste of. They don't let them go with the fires, obviously, but they give them a little training and let them do the grunt work. Yeah.
Yeah. And I loved it. I was just fascinated in all that stuff. And of course, they shared with me the stuff and, being a fireman and all the stuff that detailed what it would be to be a fireman. And it's not an easy task for those of you who think that, hey, maybe I'll just be a fireman.
Well, here's something funny. When I was young, I wanted to be a baseball player. Never in my thoughts did I ever want to be a fireman. I was a timid kid, very shy. And as I got older, afraid of heights, not too good with smoke, not too brave. Let's take the fireman's test. So I took the test as a challenge to somebody, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I graduated college. I didn't want to be an accountant. Graduated college, and somebody said, "I take the fireman's test." I go, "Why? I'm not." Come on, you're physical. You like working with people. So I took the test as a challenge, and then as it went along, I did well in the physical. I did well in the written. Now they call me, come down for your psychological. And I go, "Well, I'm going to fail that." So there's no, went down, passed my psychological. Now I waited. There was some kind of lawsuit. Waited a few years, and they called me.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I want to do with my life.
Oh.
This doesn't really suit me, but I'll do it until I figure it out.
Right.
And then 21 years later, I retired.
My goodness. So apparently it was something that you really liked.
I could say this, other than, your family, your kids, nothing that I'm more proud of. It was a great decision for me. Would I want to go back and still do it? No, I'm moving on and doing other things, but I worked with some guys that are true heroes in the sense of the word. You hear that term thrown around, but just get to a fire floor and somebody says, I think there may be a child in there or an adult or whoever. I think.
Right.
And watch a fireman crawl on his stomach with heat and fire lapping above him to check that room. That's a hero. That's a hero. Veterans, heroes, So the term is thrown around a lot, but I worked with and on 9/11 lost a lot of my friends, 19 in my firehouse on 9/11. And how do you deal with that? How do you handle that? You don't. And I decided at one point, I was doing stand-up comedy.
Sure.
Hey, what a great way to remember them. Make people laugh like they made me laugh in their name. And that's what they would want at one point. They wouldn't want people crying anymore. Go out, watch the widows, watch their children laughing in the audience. There's nothing better,
Yeah. And so from that, and you started a foundation. And so this is what is that? Laughter Saves Lives Foundation.
How did you know that was the name of my foundation?
You know, it's just one of those. Oh, I'm a superhero. I can read minds. No.
I'm always networking because we started the foundation as a way to remember the guys through laughter. All right.
Sure. Right.
Simply. But what it evolved to is I want to be able to, in memory of my guys that were lost, find cases. We help similar charities. We'll run comedy shows. We'll make some money. We'll send checks to other charities and foundations, but we put some in the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. And I use that money to help cops, veterans, fire, whole healthcare workers. Now we added after COVID. We use that money for cases that are not in the news.
Okay.
Cases that they're struggling. And what I want to do is I want to leave a town. We go do shows on the road too, or send a check to a guy who can't work for a while, can't work a side job, is what firemen do. They work 2 jobs, right?
Oh, yeah.
And say, bro, give me your mortgage for the next 6 months. Give me your rent. Let me really take that stress off of you. For all you do for your community, let us do this for you. Right now, what I do is give me a car payment or 2,
Yeah.
But we're looking for some big sponsors where I can turn around immediately when I find these cases and write out a check and pay a bill instead of having to do a fundraiser and, which we still always do. But
oh, yeah, sure. I get that. But
yeah.
Wow. Now that is something. And so, those of you listening, and hopefully a good sponsor is checking this out right now.
Yes, that's why I mentioned it.
How is somebody going to get a hold of you? We'll start that now, and we'll just of course when we repeat it again a little bit.
LaughterSavesLives.org is our website. LaughterSavesLives.org. There's a wonderful 5-minute video on there that we made. I know people are busy. On Facebook, my post are 30 seconds, 40 seconds, but this video, if you watch it, you'll go, I know how John got started. I know why they do what they do, and I see the reason they do it. The video was really done well.
Yeah, I watched that video.
So I can send it to somebody and go, call me tomorrow, or please watch this video.
Yes.
So you can find us there on YouTube, Facebook. On YouTube, we're doing a show every Wednesday night at 8:00. Laughter Saves Lives live every Wednesday. And we try to have on a hero. We try to have on an interesting guest and a comic to give us some yucks at the end. So it's hosted by me, usually Rich Walker, who are comics, and we talk about nonsense up front. I call it the part of the show where there are a lot of things to worry and complain about. Go down that list until like number 37, and we're going to start there. You know, so we give people mind. Last night it was the whole sausage and pepper thing. I made sausage and peppers the other night, and I thought I should have used more sausage and less peppers, and it ended up being a 12-minute discussion. And then we had on your buddy there and our buddy Kevin Eubanks, and we got him right into the discussion. You know, he's done all this wonderful thing, and we're talking about sausage and peppers for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fun talking with those kinds of guys like Kevin Eubanks that, it just goes with your flow and usually has something to add to it as well, because Kevin is just a fabulous guy. So,
and that's, we love having on the Kevin Eubanks, the Anson Williams. We've had on for a little show that started in my basement. We're in a studio now. I'm very proud of what we accomplished, but we exposed some wonderful charities and some wonderful people. We had a girl on last night for 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. She rescues animals. What do you call animals that are not like dogs and cats, like funky animals? Whatever the term is. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So she goes out on her own time and her own dime when people call her and rescue. Could you meet a nicer person who would do something like that,
Seriously.
So we had her on last night, and those are the people I love having on, those blue collar people who are out there doing some really great work.
Yeah, kind of touching lives.
Fun with them.
That's awesome, man. You find time in that, you share all these kinds of things. This is fabulous. And so your show is every Wednesday, you say?
Every Wednesday, we're talking New York. I say New York time, Eastern time, right?
Yeah.
At 8:00 every Wednesday, Laughter Saves Lives live.
I love it. I love it. I do. This is
So we
fabulous.
have a lot of fun.
I'll bet you do.
Can I tell
And
you some?
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Share away.
All right. So people ask me, well, what does the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation do? What do we do? And I said, we help other charities. We'll run comedy nights. You know, we just did a wonderful show. We didn't charge her anything. Laughter Saves Lives sponsored the whole show, paid the comics, the tickets, made up everything. It's a young firefighter from Baldwin, New York, in Long Island, 28
Right.
years old. We met him. He had bone cancer at like 23.
Oh,
We did a fundraiser for him. We had
right.
him on Laughter Saves Lives Live. Michael J. Dolan III passed away. Firefighter Michael J. Dolan III passed away about 2 years ago. Was in touch with his mom. And the other night we ran a scholarship fund, a show to raise money for a scholarship fund for 2 kids from his high school who would not be getting a scholarship.
Oh,
They're kids that are a little not mainstream, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
are good kids, and they're going to be getting probably, I would think, we didn't work out the final numbers, but $2,000 a pop.
Oh, good
So
deal.
very proud of that. Very proud of that. We're doing a big show at the Fire Museum in New York City, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, raising money for some 9/11 related charities who are taking care of our guys still.
That is
One of them
fabulous.
being the Fire Family Transport. They bring families and guys back and forth to doctor's appointments, hospitals, funerals. That's one of the charities we're supporting at this show.
Man, that is some good stuff, you know. Oh,
Thank you.
I went and turned my video. I got to watch my foot. I got wires hanging and I'm yanking stuff all over the place.
I know the feeling. But it's so nice being on with you guys. I to take the time to have the fireman from Queens on from his basement.
Yeah, that's right. Can we talk about you being a fireman? Because then just share you because you're doing wonderful things with this Laughter Saves Lives Foundation.
That's my passion now. I don't want to just do a comedy show for anybody, drive 3 hours, make a few bucks. This is my passion. And we support comics that are firemen, cops, military, EMS, healthcare. We're finding more and more, and we want to spotlight them on some of our shows. And we started the new Laughter Saves Lives Heroes Tour, where we're going to be doing shows. We hope to be coming to LA in the coming months to do a show.
Yeah.
I became a fireman July 2008. Was really not a dream of mine to do this. Never went away to college, and now how to get through the fire academy, which is semi-military. First day out, they put me on the tallest ladder because they knew I was afraid of heights. They could see it, and made me climb up the ladder to the 7th floor. And I was taking my time, and they're screaming at me, So for the next 3 months, I had 10 minutes to eat my lunch, and I had to go out and climb the ladders every day.
Oh. So they broke you of that.
They broke me. In fact, anytime I had to go up in the bucket, they used to call the cherry pickers, the towel ladders.
Yeah.
I would volunteer because I didn't want people to think I was afraid, like an idiot. Anytime somebody had to go up, I'm raising my hand. I could have got away with, But I have to tell you, being up there in a building where you have that big nozzle hose,
yeah, sure,
and the water's spraying off, and the icicles are hanging from you, and you're going from window to window. Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah. So it's and you're in an area, of just tall buildings. And
there's, depending on where you work in the FDNY, obviously, if you're working in Queens, there's still some tall buildings in the boroughs.
Yeah, sure.
The boroughs, right?
Yeah.
But I worked in Manhattan half of my career, so there was a lot of stairs to be climbed.
Oh goodness.
You're allowed to take the elevator. You're allowed to take the elevator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're allowed to take the elevator to the floor below the fire.
To the floor. Okay.
Yeah. And you control the elevators with a key, so nobody can take charge of the elevators. The only problem is once every blue moon, the elevator malfunctions.
Oh yeah.
So you got to be careful. But yeah, you can't climb 40.
I was gonna say, to hustle up those stairs wearing tanks Because how heavy is it with your uniform and the
Um,
tanks and all
I
that?
think you're wearing close to 100 pounds
Oh,
between the tools and they're trying to make things lighter from what I understand these days.
right.
Between the backpack, the cylinder, your coat is heavy, the
Yeah.
tools that you're carrying in your pockets, you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, sure. And then to run upstairs, I don't think so. I
Yeah,
mean,
you got to be in good shape for sure.
yeah, no
People
doubt.
people come to me now and go, "Hey," they'll see me wearing a hat. You're on a job, instead of saying, "Are you a New York City firefighter?" It's always, "You're on a job," And I go, "Look at me. Do you want this coming to rescue you? You think I'm still active?" But I try to stay in decent shape because I have the two grandchildren and I want to
Right.
be active with them.
Oh, heck yeah. You look at them, you go like, man, boy, I sure wish I had that sort of energy. You just
Yeah.
bounce, bounce, bounce. It's like, my goodness. I
My
love kids.
grandson said something to me the other day. I pick him up at school a few days a week at the playground. He likes to run into the playground, right? And he
Yeah.
has a few friends there, and he stops. And I'm at the fence. I was saying something. And he looks at his two friends, and he calls me Grandbabs because I don't want to be called Grandpa. It makes me sound too old. So I'm Grandbabs. He goes, my Grandbabs was a fireman. And the other two kids look at him and go, ooh. And then he says, but now he's old.
Oh, no.
Thanks, kid. You're going home. Let's go. He meant well. He meant well.
Yeah, he did.
Can I give you another story
Absolutely.
okay. Remember the Las Vegas shooting from the hotel, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I had been out to Las Vegas. I teach also for Homeland Security and a few other companies. So I was out there teaching the Las Vegas Fire Department a course in the desert. I give the guys a call. I said, listen, were any of your guys hurt at this event, at this shooting? And he goes, John, yeah, one of our guys was shot in the foot, evacuated people for a while. His foot is really messed up. He can't work, and he can't work his side job, which,
Oh,
a lot of firemen need that side job.
sure.
All right. So what we did was we found out who he was. And again, we paid 2 of his car payments, I think it was.
Nice.
Now,
Nice.
if I get that large sponsor, I can turn around to a guy like that and go, bro, don't rush back to work. Make sure you're healed. Give me your mortgage for 6 months. Give me your rent and really leave a town making a difference in somebody's life.
Sure.
That's in memory of my guys that were lost on 9/11. This is what I want to do. And this is why we need some more sponsors and, sponsor a show or be, a corporate sponsor, whatever you want to do. We'd love to have you. Our largest sponsor right now, I want to mention him, is Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community. Michael is very, very generous to us and to many of the 9/11 charities.
Great. That is fabulous. And hats off to them, man. It's John Larocchia from, talking about Laughter Saves Lives Foundation and his comedy tour, which is fabulous. And so what a great thing you're doing there, John. This is just, I'm thrilled. I'm actually very, very happy.
You know what? And I again, to have the fireman on from his basement who grew up in Queens with all the big guests that you have, I'm honored and I can't thank you enough. But this is also very therapeutic for me. After 9/11, we went to funeral. After funeral, forget not only about my guys, my 19 guys, I knew 50 guys that I could have a conversation with. Hey, how's your family? Went to elementary school with, went to high school with. So to lose all of that, and I went to a lot of therapy. The job was wonderful. They still are. I had a little cancer over here that was removed. World Trade Center program took care of it. But my attitude was, if I don't do something good, because people go, oh, you're here for a reason. Well, they should have been here also.
Yeah.
45 kids lost a father in my firehouse alone. 45. All right, in my firehouse alone. So my attitude was, I got to do something good to remember them. One reason is if I don't, when I get up there, hopefully I'm going up there, they'll kick my ass.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, I better do something good. Hey, listen, it's okay you're still there and we're here. That's just the luck of the draw. But don't sit on your ass.
Yeah.
So It's very therapeutic for me to show up, go to one of these shows, get on the stage and go, people, we are here tonight to laugh and raise money for this wonderful charity in memory of my guys that were lost on 9/11. I will never, ever forget, because if I don't do something like this, who's gonna?
Yeah.
Who's nice, right? You know, you see tragedies, Pearl Harbor, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was a terrible tragedy, but I wasn't in it. I can't feel that. You know, I'm not the guy that's going out. And my dad was a veteran, and we do a lot of veteran stuff. We were doing free shows at the veterans hospitals before COVID. We're hoping to get back in. World War II vets, they fall asleep. We'd wake them up, you know, but it's very therapeutic to do this.
Oh yeah. You know, and it's like you said, somebody's got to do it. And, you know, being part of that 9/11 thing, you know, exactly how much people need support from people like you and Laughter Saves Lives Foundation, which, by the way, you can again check out laughterSavesLives.org.
Or go on Facebook if you want, on YouTube if you want to look at some of our silly dopey videos. Laughter Saves Lives. You know, just Google Laughter Saves Lives or Laughter Saves Lives Live.
Yes,
and listen, anybody can friend me. I do some fun stuff on Facebook just to make people smile. I'll tell you a cute story. Do we still have time?
Yeah, we have time.
Ray Pfeiffer was a fireman affected with 9/11 related cancer. He was one of the guys going to Washington, D.C. with Jon Stewart to fight for us. All right. Rolling his wheelchair with cancer down the halls, you know, pulling politicians aside and saying, hey, look at this. You need to do this. All right. So he passes away. I'm at his golf outing. I go to a lot of these events to represent Laughter Saves Lives. And I know a lot of people at these events. And a woman comes up to me and she says, hey, John, you make me laugh. And I go, I mean, that makes my day when I hear that, because I really don't do anything else well. Okay. Yeah. So she goes, you make me laugh. And I go, oh my God, you made my day. I said, can I ask who you are? She goes, you don't know who I am? I go, no. She goes, I'm Karen Pfeiffer, Ray's wife. So the firefighter that passed away, this is his widow.
Oh.
So I stopped for a second. I looked at her and I go, hold on a second. Are you telling me when Ray was going through his worst and suffering, and you were taking care of him, you would look at my videos sometimes and smile or laugh? She said, yeah. I started to cry.
Oh.
I said, and I'm tearing up. I go, you don't know how much that means to me, that I was able to do that for you when you were good. That's why I do what I do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's just stories like that where you go, sometimes we're doing it. You know, when I started this foundation, the amount of money that you have to put in when you start a foundation, people don't realize. It's like, you know what? Let me get a lawyer to help me. Let me get a lawyer to help me. Hey, lawyer, I want to start a foundation. Can you help me? Sure, John, $3,500. You know, I got to fill out this paper. Oh, $1,000. So, you know, when you start something like that, but it was all worth it.
Yeah.
You know, just to be able to do what we do. And I love putting in new, and we also take care of new comics. Nobody as a new comic working the open mics ever put me on an audience of 250, 300 people. I'll see a comic that is funny for 5 minutes, that's been busting their ass out there, open mics. I go, bro, come on down Saturday night. We're doing a show at the Volunteer Firehouse, 250 people. They're like, what? And then when they're done, I go, here's some gas money. You're paying me? You were the first one that ever paid me. What a great feeling. What a great feeling. All in memory of my guys, you know?
Yeah.
So we're working on a docuseries now about Laughter Saves Lives, how we started the underground comedy circuit that really a lot of people don't know about out there. It's Lions clubs, it's VFW halls, it's volunteer firehouses. That's where a lot of these major comics got a lot of work. A paid work before they meet. I can't tell you. Well, my mind is shot, but I can give you a few names of comics that are here. Maybe everybody doesn't know them, but they're here, that were on my shows 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Making a few bucks to pay their bills until they got here.
Sure. Yeah. Because, you know, I understand that. A lot of my guests are comedians, and from down level to upper level to should they make it that far, is the journey is hard and
Very hard, very hard. And people will come to my shows and go, "Hey, who do you got on the show? Who do you got?" I go, "Nobody you're gonna know." And then at the end of the night,
yeah.
they go, "Oh my God, that guy's hysterical. That person, why aren't they on TV yet?" Well, there's only a few spots, up on
Yeah,
top.
yeah,
But wait, they will be there. They
yeah.
will be there.
Because everybody has to start somewhere, John. And
Yep.
when you start, you're not going to be here. Hello. There's maybe I don't even know that there's a percent that will just get on and say,
Right.
I want to be a blah, 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 and then be stardom.
It's a tough road. We are supporting Jack Clunan right now. Jack Clunan is an FDNY EMS who got on the job right before COVID hit, responding to call after call and carrying bodies out every night, CPR. And he had cancer himself, and lost all his teeth, a few liver transplants, a few this. And this kid gets up there for 10, 12 minutes and talks from the heart and is real. And sometimes it's hard to understand him because he lost all his teeth that he talked, but and he's hysterical. We just did a yacht club the other night, and that's the kind of acts I love supporting.
Sure.
Cops, veterans, military, newer comics, Fight for Firefighters, an organization that we've sent some money to. They build ramps, raise floors for disabled FDNY or their relatives, children, if a parent is living with them. They do great work. And part of the May 5th show in the city, Cinco de Mayo, we're doing a show at the FDNY Fire Museum, which is going to be so cool. 2 acts, Tom DiDario, Teddy Smith. Have you heard of them? No. They are slamming headliners that I can watch every time. They're both on the show. Mary Kennedy out of LA, she's flying up just for this. Nice. 2 of my shows this weekend. So it's gonna be a good show. And that's what we do.
Oh, that's what you do. That's just wonderful. That's fabulous. I love when people help people. There's nothing better. And there's
nothing better for you, right, John? For you.
Yeah.
Not only for what you're doing. When you leave there, you can't buy. I don't care how much money. Now, listen, I would like a lot of money. I would love a lot of money to take care of my family. I would love a lot of money.
Oh, sure.
But I don't think, because I don't have you can replace that feeling.
No.
When you not write out a check, I'm somebody making billions of dollars, write out $1 million. No, that's not it. You only have so much time. When you spend your time doing something good for someone else, there's nothing that can replace that feeling. Nothing.
This is true. This is very true. And I mean, if you whoever you listening now or watching have done stuff, and you just that really good feeling of
awesome.
It could be anything. You see somebody that looks very hungry, and you happen to have something, or maybe it's your lunch or something. And you just
even better,
what here, and it's just the idea of giving and making that person's life, even if it's just for a few minutes. The human kindness can't be replaced by anything.
No. And we need more of it. What the world needs now is love, sweet love, right?
Amen to that.
Sounds corny, but man, when I meet somebody on the street and I talk to somebody, I don't need anything from them. They don't need anything from me. It's just, hey, how you doing? How's your day? And you have that conversation. I always walk away from that. And I go, man, that was great.
Yeah.
I love people. I love talking to people. Any age, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am. And I think we need to stop doing this. Everybody's heads are bowed looking at your phone, and kind of start looking up and checking out your surroundings and saying hello to somebody. And when you do say hello to somebody, look them in the eye. And smile. You'd be surprised what that by itself would do, John.
People. I've when I travel, I teach all over the country. I'm very smart, by the way. I don't know if I told you. So I teach all hazmat related stuff,
Right.
hazardous materials, meters, and this and that. And people come to me, oh, New York, I don't want to go to New York, it's dangerous or whatever. Yeah, there's things that go on in every city, and yes, but if you go up to New Yorker, whether he's on the phone, whether he's in a rush, and go, hey, I need help, bro, I need help. You may have to shake them a little. You may have to wait, but New Yorkers are good people. They will help you. It's just a matter of they're either busy or think they're busy. Those people who think they're busy because everybody else is busy.
Yes.
Like on Seinfeld, what was it? The Penske file. He used to carry around the file with nothing in it, right? Yeah. You get a lot of people like that too. I got something to do. I'm busy. Tell you that. And that always gets me crazy when you're calling somebody, right?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, I'm sorry to get back to you. I'm busy. So what are you busy with? You're busy getting back to the people you want to talk to, not me. Right? If you really read through it, you're like, yeah, you're busy with the people you want to talk to,
It's right.
Sometimes you put somebody in the spot and they're like, right?
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
Or you're talking to somebody and they go, I'll let you go. I'll let you go now. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go.
You mean get lost? That's what you mean.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell me what it really is? I'm kind of done talking to you, and I'm leaving.
Yeah,
that would have been better. And for everybody, thanks for hanging out with us here at the Rock Block, because it's John Larocchia from Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. I got to tell you, if you are compelled to help John out, and why wouldn't you?
Compel yourself.
LaughterSavesLives.org. Yeah, compel yourself.
LaughterSavesLives.org. Where are you, John? Are you in the LA area?
I'm in more closer to in between Monterey and San Francisco.
Okay, so if we come up that way, we'll let you know. Maybe we could you could help us with getting the word out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
We would do that kind of thing,
Thank you.
We have a great comedy club up in the San Jose area, and I know that there is one down in the Salinas area, the Fox Theater, of a friend of mine that I've known for many years, who used to have comedians constantly at his venue. Yeah. So the Fox Theater in Salinas, and Anthony Lane. But let me know if you're going to make your way this way. He could give you his connection, and maybe you could set something up with him.
Here's the problem with me. I guess I'm a New Yorker. You say contact me, and like 10 minutes from now, I'm going to be contacting you. Hey, that guy from the Fox Theater that you told me about, Some people are like, oh yeah, I don't want to bother the guy, and I'll call him in a week or two. I'm the type of guy, hey, John.
Remember, you said it, so here I am. Hey, I
won't do that. I won't, but I'll wait.
No, that's all right. I mean, you got a
network.
You got a network, man. And I know, when I talk to somebody about being on this show, I reach out right away, just like you do. It's like, I know I said I would contact you soon, but is this too soon?
You could always, that's how comics are, oh, I don't want to bother you. I go, send me a freaking email. If I'm busy, I'll take a day to get back to you. But how is that bothering me? It's not like you're knocking on my door at 3 a.m, right?
John.
Send me an email. Hey, you got any shows for me? I'll let you know.
Yeah. That's fabulous. Oh, fun. And you do radio, or at least you did radio. You still do radio?
I briefly did a show with my partner. I showed you the picture before we went on the air.
Right. Yeah.
At WGBB. It was a small station in Long Island, Freeport, Long Island. Me and Tommy Gardner, we did a show, and we had a ball because we were able to hang out. We both had kids at the time, so to go out and be with your best friend and have a radio show was a ball, And it was similar to what I'm doing now. We had on a serious guest, a fun guest. We didn't have any stars on at the time, any big stuff. But I used to always network and advertise the show. And so when I did Tom's eulogy at his funeral, I followed Mayor Giuliani, right? And we had a bunch of funerals up into that, a lot of tears, a lot of crying, a lot of serious eulogies. And when I got up there, the guys were like, oh no, what the frig is he going to do? So as Giuliani left the altar, I said, hey, man, Giuliani, just want to thank you for opening up for me. And you could hear like a nervous chuckle, right, in the place.
Yeah.
So as I went through the thing, a lot of tears. And at one point I said, nobody knew that Tom and I had a radio show together on Tuesday nights, 7:30 on WGBB FM.
Right.
That's Tuesday nights, 7:30 WGBB FM. And I said, the reason I repeat it is because one night Tom and I got into a discussion and he said, you know what? You're crazy about advertising the show. You'd probably advertise it at my funeral. So I just did. And it was what we needed. You know what I mean? Everybody started laughing.
Yeah, that's great.
To this day, like I can't duplicate that.
No.
I don't want to say performance, but that eulogy. It's in the screenplay, Time to Laugh Again, screenplay that we working on. It's called Time to Laugh Again. It's about the foundation. It's about laughter and how we use laughter to remember the guys.
Yeah.
But you can't duplicate that feeling. But I've had people come up to me years later and say to me, hey, I was at Tommy Gardner's funeral. That was one of the best eulogies I ever heard.
Wow.
Because I spoke from the heart. We cried and we laughed and we cried and we laughed. And that's why the laughter is so important to me, because I was not the funniest guy in that firehouse. There was so many funny guys who made me laugh on a daily basis. And this is the way I choose to remember them, by making people laugh, because they made me laugh so many times.
Oh, sure.
So many silly things.
You're right.
So that's why we do what we do.
That's great, man, because you know what? Laughter is a great healer. It really is. I mean, I don't know how for those of you listening and watching, how long it's been for you to have been to a comedy show of any sort. And because, seeing it on TV is great, watching it in a movie or whatever, but going to a live show is something else. It's like watching baseball on TV, and then you walk out to a park for the first time and you are just floored. You look at it and you're just in awe, because it is nothing of what it's like live as it is watching on TV.
A funny thing happened at the show the other night we were doing for the scholarship fund. There was a mirror. We were doing it in the VFW hall, and there was a mirror. I'm saying mirror.
That's all right.
My kids would be like, the mirror. Right, a mirror on the wall. So I said, now, understand, on some of these small shows, I am leaving my house 4 hours before the show. I'm lugging equipment in. I'm setting up the lights. I'm not just now performing. And at this particular event, I was helping sell the tickets and doing all this stuff. So these two young ladies walk in and they're by themselves, and I sit them up front. Well, when I turn the spotlight on, it hits the backdrop, but some of it is hitting the mirror next to it, right? And reflecting in their face.
Oh.
So they go, John, would you mind? And I got the guy from the VFW hall, and he goes, John, let's just take it off the wall. We'll turn it around. Great. It was just, mirror about this big.
Yeah. So
I get up there and I go, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And I go, you know what? You see these two young ladies up front? Let me tell you what they just did. All right. I go, I was told by the VFW 60 years ago, a veteran who went off to war and never returned hung a mirror. And they said they would never take down that mirror in memory of that wonderful veteran. And these two chicks come in and tell us to take the mirror down. Well, the place went crazy, and they were sitting there like this. We didn't know. Live shows, stuff like that. I love it. I love playing with the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Even if I have to throw out a punchline.
Sure.
If I'm building to a punchline and something's going on over here, I'm going in. In
Yeah.
a fun way.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
I never embarrass anybody, never insult them, but I like to play with you. I'm one of them. He's a father, he's a grandfather, he was a fireman, teacher. I'm one of them, and I'm just doing comedy.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not a comic standing on a stage, and they're the audience. That's not the way I feel.
Yeah. So you're an interactive comedian.
I like to be.
Yeah, that's fabulous. I think the audience is more prone to be part of the show, and love the fact that they can be when you're more interactive comedians.
Yeah, as long as they keep it in control.
Sure.
There's always those people show up, few ladies, they're talking, they're gabbing, a little louder. And I go, hey, ladies, I know what you were doing this afternoon. You called each other. You said, listen, we haven't seen each other in a while. let's go to a comedy show. We'll gab. There'll be a comic in the background. It'll be great. Could you be quiet now?
There'd be a comic in the background.
Yeah, just hang in the background. We get to talk,
That's fabulous. That is true. So yeah, catch yourself a good comedy show. Go on out
have
there.
us come to your town.
Yes, well, we're gonna do that again. You can be part of and find out more details with John at laughtersaveslives.org. And you know, if you're thinking about, you know what, I want to sponsor this guy, John, and so there he can reach you there. Yeah.
Yes. You want to sponsor a show? You want to be a general sponsor for the whole tour? We'll put you on the flyers. We'll do a commercial. We can do a commercial for you. We have a MCM duck cleaning on our show. We did that commercial. A few comics. We had so much fun. He loves it. It's a funny commercial, but it gets the point across. Clean your ducks. Not ducks like quack quack. Ducks. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I mean, I got my accent there.
No, I know ducks.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to
above
say.
the stove. Above the stove.
Ducks. It sounds the same.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. I knew what you meant, but it still sounds great. Clean your ducks. Whack.
So laughtersaveslives.org.
I love it. This is great. Wow. And so they can find out more by going to that website, being part of. You could and do you have a schedule? We'll post it up on that as well.
We put all our flyers up there. We're in the process now of putting together 2 quick tours. One to Kent, Ohio, where the school shooting was years ago.
Oh.
We're going to bring laughter where there were tears at one point. Is my new thing I'm going to try to do. We're working with a fire department out there. And then we're going to come to LA to support that. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's Soldiers, Warriors. But they're a wonderful charity that helps all kinds of responders and veterans with post-traumatic stress syndrome. So we're going to raise some money for them in memory of my guys.
What a good guy. What a good guy, John. And
you know what, though? I'm having fun.
That's good,
I'm at the point. I retired from the fire department, July 2008, doing a little teaching, but this is my passion. Yeah.
And if you're be like John Larocchia, go on out and just, human kindness. You don't have to start a foundation. Just be nice.
Be nice.
Be nice. And, there's nothing wrong with that. Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. Definitely check it out, laughtersaveslives.org. And I know I've got that video clip. I'm either going to link it, John, here at the end, or maybe I'll even show the whole thing. One way or another, people are going to see this. And
I appreciate that. Which clip do you have? The 5-minute clip?
I think I have the 5-minute.
Oh, cool.
So
I know it's 5 minutes is a long time.
Not really. It seems like it is.
Yeah.
But it's really not.
Yeah, but there's some good stuff in there. You'll smile. You go, oh, that's cool. You like it.
Yeah, I think so. Like well, you know what? I got to say, John, well done, man. It's fabulous to have you here. And thanks for sharing such wonderful stuff. I love the fact that this is a big human kindness.
Thanks for giving me the platform to do it. I really appreciate it. And don't say to me, we'd love to have you back, because I'm going to be calling you in 10 minutes. John, you said I could come back. When, So maybe you want to have me. Maybe you want to have me back, but don't say it. Don't say it.
I won't. I mean, what I will say is I hope that something gets lined up over here on this end. And then
I'll take you up on. Yep.
Then we'll definitely we'll be doing this again.
Cool.
So I do have to keep tabs on you, I think, John, just to see how well it's going. From the time that we do this.
We have the screenplay and the docuseries right now.
Right.
So we're working on a docuseries. We're showing Laughter Saves Lives, playing all these little venues, maybe some theaters, but Lions clubs, supporting comics, right? Raising money for cool charities as a way to remember our guys. Yeah. It's going to be a cool little thing we're putting together. I'm working with a production company and Mary Kennedy out of LA. So we're hoping that somebody will pick this up, because there's a lot of funny guys out there doing great work for us. that audiences
Absolutely.
don't see. And it's a great different take, you know?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's fabulous. John Larocchia from Laughter Saves Lives Foundation. Again, you can be part of, you can be a sponsor, you can donate, you can
Donate again. Do that
donate
twice.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Find out where the shows are.
Yep.
Anything you need to know. LaughterSavesLives.org. Again, John Larocchia. What a guy. You're superhero, John.
Oh, no, no, no. No.
You're one of the guys that.
Thank you, John. That's very nice. I'll accept that from my brothers who can. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
absolutely. So thank you again, John Larocchia, Laughter Saves Lives, LaughterSavesLives.org. Be
Thank
part
you.
of that.
I'm going to go to the diner now, and I'll call you in 10 minutes.
Okay. All right, John. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I enjoyed it.
All right. This is
Be well.
fabulous.